A new Jurassic World game titled Primal Ops has just been revealed to the public. This new project has a lot of mystery and underground interest buzzing around it in light of both Universal's other new Jurassic games, those being the Park Simulator Evolution 2 and the Oculus exclusive Jurassic World Aftermath. Today, we're going to be going over everything we currently know about the game and what we can expect from it in the very near future. Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, Jurassic World Primal Ops is going to be the main subject, but I'm also going to interject a few times to fill you all in on some of the canceled and rumored Jurassic World and even other Dinosaur games that are currently in development, just so we can get a better idea of what to expect from the company and other companies in the future. Now, all of this information has been bouncing around the internet in articles for the last few days, and in it we learn a lot. Coming from Screen Rant, a recently filed trademark hints at a brand new Jurassic World game being in the works. According to PC Games In, Jurassic World Evolution 2 and Aftermath might not be the only Jurassic Park games that we can look forward to. Universal Studios filed a trademark for the title Jurassic World Primal Ops on August 26, as documented by the copyright search engine website Trademarkia. This patent is listed under computer and software products, and while the description frequently mentions the word mobile, terms like computer game software and video game consoles are also included in the documents. Physical discs are also referenced, signifying that Jurassic World Primal Ops might not just be a simple mobile app like so many other recent games, including Jurassic World the Game and Jurassic World Alive. Going over to PC Games In, the trademark can also be viewed on Siehda Trademarks, the same site that leaked the existence of the Jurassic World Aftermath VR game last year. While Aftermath did mention virtual reality in its filing, the new game, Primal Ops, does not, so it's probably not a VR game at least. However, Aftermath didn't mention mobile applications at all, so we're supposed to steel ourselves for the possibility that Primal Ops may turn out to be a mobile game after all. That being said, the website makes a claim that they think it could be something of a shooter and even somewhat of a spiritual successor to Jurassic Park Trespasser, which I think is interesting, but I'm not so sure Universal would want to go in that direction right now. Still, with a name like Primal Ops, it's pretty clear that it is going to have something to do with some sort of operative, militaristic, or basic old-school Jurassic Park shooter-style gameplay. Whether or not we get to be the shooters, or whether or not we are someone without a weapon just stranded on an island or in the middle of nowhere, we really don't know just yet. But with a name like Ops, yeah, it does sound like it's going to have some sort of aspect to be militaristic in design. I think it's also important to mention right here, though, that Jurassic World Primal Ops could be the mobile game that a lot of people are expecting to get a tie-in to Jurassic World Dominion, which is due out in June of 2022. The reason I bring this up is because if we look at the other games that have come out in support of the Jurassic World movies, both Jurassic World the game, the park simulating building thing that was basically a successor to Jurassic Park Builder, came out to support the 2015 film. And then Jurassic World Alive was of course a tie-in to Fallen Kingdom. So with the release of Dominion no doubt being on the way, we're probably going to get another new mobile game for that film as well. That being said, Primal Ops is something that I do think deserves some sort of piqued interest towards, just because of the name alone. Now, when it comes to Jurassic Park properties, there's a lot of stuff that's been canceled recently that not too many people know about, but it did have a similar flair to something like Primal Ops. Jurassic World Survivor even had a whole game planned for consoles and PC that would have featured characters like Owen Grady, animals like the Spinosaurus, Baryonyx, and other things that we wouldn't really get to see in Jurassic Park material many years later, or haven't even seen yet in the case of the Spinosaurus. This game took on something of a third-person perspective, and while it was really cool, it never got released, so we don't really know whether or not it would have been good. Needless to say, if we look at the facts, yes, there is a new Jurassic World game coming. It's gonna be called Primal Ops. That sounds an awful lot like something to do with shooting and or being chased on a mission around some dinosaurs in the Jurassic World universe. Still, I'm not so sure I can confidently say that this will be anything of a first-person shooter aligning to Trespasser, because we just don't know enough about it yet. It could be something that's released on consoles, that is what they've got trademarked here, but it could also just be the next mobile game that will no doubt tie in with Dominion. I know it's very vague at this given point in time, but I feel like we have to be in order to tell ourselves the truth and not just jump to conclusions. With all of that out of the way, I do want to mention that there are other dinosaur games coming out, including Instinction, which I actually know someone to be working on that one, and they're going in a direction that I actually think Jurassic World fans would desperately want. I know initially when they showed the game off, it was kind of weird to see what they were going for. It looked a lot like it was just some sort of test for something that was yet to even metastasize into an idea. But, well, they reached out to me. Someone reached out to me that works on the game anyways, and I said, hey, you might want to nudge it into a more modern Resident Evil 2/3 direction. That way you could cater to people like myself who are interested in Dino Crisis sequels, or even a Jurassic Park game that would have somewhat of a likening to the film series that it's based on. And that's no real knock to Evolution 2 or anything coming out. It's just, I don't really feel like they're Jurassic Park in a sense. It's just kind of the awe and wonder part minus everything else. But with Universal trademarking something called Jurassic World Primal Ops, there is hope that they will go in a direction, at least for me, that is a little more interesting than the normal park building simulator that we've gotten time and time again ever since Operation Genesis came out in 2003. Personally, what I'd love is some sort of strategic, stealth-oriented, open-world game that maybe you can't even get to shoot dinosaurs with live ammunition, but would have to lean on tranquilizing sedatives to really get around the monstrous animals that you find yourself facing. First person, third person, it wouldn't really matter to me. In fact, I think it'd be really cool if it was fixed camera angles in the style of older Dino Crisis and Resident Evil titles. But I know that's just outrageous wishful thinking on a fan part. So, what is Jurassic World Primal Ops going to turn out to be? Well, we're gonna have to wait and see when they release more information on it. But it's trademarked and it's coming soon, and hopefully it's going to be a brand new experience that we haven't seen the likes of in a very long time. Now anyways guys, I'd like to hear what all of you think about this trademark. What are your goals, hopes, and interests for Jurassic World Primal Ops? Would you like this to go in a direction of a mobile game, or would you like this to be something that you could sit at home and play, or maybe even fire up a PC and have some sort of multiplayer element to it? Mercenaries vs. Raptors sounds an awful lot like some of the AVP stuff that came out a long time ago, but that's also something that I think people would be enjoying. Anyways, whatever your own thoughts and opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. Now before I go, I'd like to thank all of my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. Guys, it really means the world to me that you all continue to support what I do, and I never want you to ever forget that. Now, I'd like to thank you all for watching today's video and hope that you all enjoyed the content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. I'll see you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.